Medvi, a telemedicine company ran by a small team, is breaking the internet right now after this article just dropped. We're going to talk about what's going on here, how this is all possible, and I'm going to show you step by step how to build the same type of telemedicine business so you can capitalize on the peptide and AI revolution. Let's dive into the Medvi story. It took them 2 months to launch this business. They built it using AI tools plus outsourced infrastructure. There's no real team, just a founder plus contractors. They did $401 million in revenue year one. They acquired 250,000 customers in that year, and they made a 16% net profit, which is roughly $65 million. Even more mind-blowing, they are on pace to hit $1.8 billion in annual revenue. This is being framed as one of the first real one-person billion-dollar companies enabled by AI. But let me actually break down how the business model works so you can see how accurate that framing is. Medv sells GLP-1 weight loss medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide. They do not own the infrastructure, and let me explain. They did not go out and hire doctors. They didn't build a pharmacy. They didn't set up manufacturing. Literally none of that. Instead, they plugged into systems that already exist. The doctors, those are outsourced through a B2B telemedicine network. So when a customer comes in, they're routed to a licensed provider. That provider does the consult and writes the prescription. The prescriptions aren't handled in-house either. They go through established systems, which are called an EMR, and the order fulfillment, same thing. The prescription gets sent to a pharmacy, the pharmacy compounds the medication and ships it directly to the patient. So from start to finish, Medv really doesn't do any of the heavy lifting. They just connect the dots. They drive traffic to their website, a customer gets routed to a provider, a prescription gets written, a pharmacy fulfills the order, and as you can see, if done correctly, this business model is a cash printing machine. Because Medv doesn't own the infrastructure, their only real cost to run the business is advertising, in other words, customer acquisition. And clearly they've figured that piece out because they have scaled at an unbelievable rate. Now, let's talk about where AI actually fits into all of this. Look, AI did not create this business, but it did replace people that you would normally need to run it. Think about it like this. The website, built with AI. Coding, pages, funnels, all of it. Ad creatives, AI. Images, video, copy, customer support, handled by AI agents. Chat, voice, responses, all automated. And operations, also automated. Workflows, routing, back-end systems. AI is running the show. This would normally require engineers, marketers, support reps, and an entire ops team, but all of that has been replaced with AI. So now that you understand what Medv is and how their business model works, let's talk about how you can start your own telemedicine business as well. But before I jump into that, quick intro. If you don't know me, my name is Logan Shippey. I own a company called Medivation, and we control every point of the peptide supply chain. We supply raw materials, API, the active pharmaceutical ingredients to pharmacies across the country, and our partner pharmacies supply some of the largest brick and mortar clinics, as well as click and order telemedicine companies. So if there's anyone that's qualified to speak on this, it's me. Now, here's where this gets interesting. One of my clients is a B2B telemedicine company. They already have the infrastructure that you're looking for built. They have the doctor network, they have the back-end tech stack, and they have the systems in place. So instead of you trying to build all of this from scratch, you can just plug in and generate profits. When you work with me, I can set you up with everything that you need. A custom website, a nationwide doctor network, pharmacy integrations, discounted medications, which include peptides, TRT, and more, payment processing, an admin dashboard, and a full customer portal. So instead of you spending months or years trying to figure this out on your own, you can get up and running fast just like the guys at Medv did. Now, here's another important piece to understand. You do not need to be a medical professional to operate a telemedicine business. And that's because you're not the one diagnosing, you're not the one prescribing. You'll have a service agreement in place with the doctor network that I connect you to. They provide the licensed MDs, they handle the patient consults, they carry the malpractice insurance. So in other words, the clinical side is handled for you. Your role is really simple. You are a marketer. You drive traffic to the site you own, customers go through the process, and you monetize transactions compliantly. This business model has low overhead, no inventory, and the ability to operate in all 50 states. Now let's talk about how you actually make money with a telemedicine business. When you're set up with our system, you're getting wholesale pricing on everything. The medications, the consults, the fulfillment, all of it. Let me give you a real example. Your all-in cost for a 1,000 milligram vial of NAD Plus is $144. The all-in cost includes the medication, the doctor consult, the shipping, the supplies, the taxes. $144 is your hard cost. Now on your website, let's say you listed that vial of NAD Plus for $250. The simple math, $250 minus $144, that's $106 in gross profit per order. Now let's talk about how the money flows, because this is another part that people overcomplicate. A customer goes to your website. They purchase the medication. That money goes directly into your merchant account at the retail price point. So you're getting paid first, and then about 7 days later, our tech partner bills you for the hard cost. So using the same example, you collect $250 from the customer, and then 1 week later, you're billed for $144. That spread is your profit. And here's why this matters. You're always collecting at the higher price first and paying a lower cost after. This means you're never floating inventory, you're never fronting cash, and you're never going to get upside down in this business. Cash comes in first, costs come out after. That's how the business model is structured. Now, if you want to learn more about how to actually get this all set up, check out the description below. There's a link to my site. Click that and you'll be able to schedule a call with me directly. I'll show you real examples of telemedicine platforms that we've built for people that are just like you. I'll break down all the startup costs and I'll answer any technical questions that you have. So if you're serious about getting into this, go book a call and I'll talk to you soon.